Hi, welcome to day 2 of our Labor Act Challenge. Today we are going to discuss section 2, which deals with the application of the Labor Act. So this section is meant to remove uncertainty and provide for clarity regarding the scope and application of the Act. In other words, it provides clarity on when and to who the specific provisions of the Labor Act applies. Of course, we all know that the Labor Act applies to employees and employers. However, this section clarifies which part of this Act may not apply to certain groups of employees, and further, when there is conflict or contradictions between the Labor Act and other laws, this section clarifies which law may apply in such instances. Now, subsection 1 of this section provides that section 5, which deals with the prohibition of discrimination and sexual harassment in employment, applies to all employers and employees, meaning that there is no exception when it comes to section 5. Subsection 2, however, provides that all other sections of the Labor Act apply to all employers and employees except for members of the Namibian Defense Force, members of the Namibian Police Force, members of the Namibian Central Intelligence Service, and the prison service members or the correctional service members, unless their act, meaning the Police Act or the Defense Act or the Correctional Services Act or the Central Intelligence Act, provides otherwise. Now, subsection 3 provides for instances in which there is a conflict between the Labor Act and the following specified laws. When there is a conflict between the Labor Act and the National Vocational Training Act 18 of 1994, when there is a conflict with the Merchant Shipping Act 57 of 1951, or when there is a conflict between the Labor Act and any other law on the employment of persons in the services or the service of the state. In that instance, the minister may by notice in the Gazette declare that any provision of a law listed does not apply to an employee if it relates to the employee's remuneration or other conditions of service and it conflicts with the Labor Act. The minister may also make a declaration that any provision of the Labor Act applies with such modification as may be specified by the minister in such notice in relation to an employee referred to. Subsection 4 provides for instances in which there is a conflict between the laws specified, meaning the National Vocational Training Act, the Apprenticeship Ordinance, the Merchant Shipping Act, and any law on the employment of persons in the services. Now, in instances where there is conflict but the minister has not made any declaration, then the provisions of that other law prevails to the extent of the conflict if it's more favorable to the employee. Meaning, in instances where there is a conflict between those laws and the Labor Act, and that law provides for better conditions than the Labor Act, then it means that that act will have to apply. Now, in any other case, the Labor Act will have to prevail. Thank you. That brings us to the end of section 2. Let's please engage, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on our Instagram page, or whether it's on our WhatsApp channel. Let's engage, let's discuss. If you have any other case that you'd like to add or any other question that you'd like to throw to the listeners, please do so and let's discuss, let's learn together. Thank you.